Hey there, beautiful gamers out there in our gaming community. We are in the process of getting our match up this week. This is week 3 of Overwatch 2. This week it is Mid-South versus Colonia. So we'll see how this goes. If you were with us last week, we were in a bit of a death spiral. We did not have a good week against Mainland. Mainland came up really huge. They proved to be a much more tougher opponent than we expected them to. So we're curious to see how this goes with Colonia. We have a couple of new things moving around. Nikki Snipes is back this week. He did not have a swim practice or a meet. And so we are ready to go with Nikki Snipes on DPS. You will notice that PLVCNS, which is Jacob, is back. I'm sorry, that's Jacob. He is back, but instead of playing DPS like he was in week 1, he is actually playing as our tank today. And then Caden, you will remember Caden, all of our fans out there in the world will remember Caden. He is our one of our Smash players. He has not been able to get a ride. That's the problem, is the issue. Sometimes when you're playing in person, sometimes you can't get your people in there to get a ride. So we have Caden in this week. He has been following from home, but now he's actually in person this week, and he's able to get a ride home. So he is in as our other DPS. And then, of course, we have Parasol, Julie as our captain and our support number 1, and then Shadow Mage, which is Mason, is coming in as support number 2 on here. So we were playing around with this setup for the last hour or so as we're waiting for Colonia to get set up here. You can see the chat running back and forth about what's going on. So one of the issues that is coming up right now is a bunch of the profiles are supposed to be public before you start the match. Sometimes that's not always clear. There is a website you can go to check. Overwatch has a profile search site, so you can actually go on there. But unfortunately, sometimes even if you're public, like Parasol, she's public, but when you type in her name and number, it doesn't pop up. You type in just Parasol, then it pops up. So it's kind of weird and funky sometimes. I don't know why. It's whatever. It's a third-party website that runs through Blizzard. So that's the way it goes. So here we go. We're finally off. We are starting, as always, every week. Round 1 is a control. It's like a King of the Hill type of situation where one team has to play point. Their job is to capture a point and hold that point the whole time. Now, I will give everyone out there in our gamer community a heads up. I am battling a cold this week, so don't be surprised if at some point I randomly sneeze into the microphone because I just straight up can't hold it in any longer. So, waiting for the game to get started. We're about to jump in. We Mid-South is the away this week, which means that Colonia picked the map, which is why we're playing Lianjiang Tower, and we can pick which side we want to play first, whether we want to attack or defend. As you can see on the top of the screen, we are choosing to attack. So right now I am spectating Parasol, and we will jump into the game. Ooh. So Colonia has, as you can see, taken point. I'm going to jump over to Shadow Mage. So again, our support people are Shadow Mage and Parasol. They should be running background. We were running practices earlier, And one of the problems that we have with Aces, one of the problems that a lot of players have when they are first coming onto esports is the fact of when they go out into the world and they're playing Overwatch, while yes, you're playing on a 5-player team, you are yourself playing with a bunch of randos in your house, like from the internet. And so you may very well have to play as a, you know, like as the lead, even though you're the support. So outstanding job from Mid-South by attacking and push Colonia back. We have taken point. So now Colonia has had to respawn. They are coming back. Let's jump on with Caden. We haven't seen Caden at all. Looks like he's playing Genji today. And so we'll follow him for a little while. But I'm sorry. So when you're out there on the internet playing with randos and you're not playing with people you actually know, you may have to play as a DPS even though you're a support role. Or you may have to take point as a tank as a DPS or whatever it happens to be. So the problem is when you come to an organized match like esports, you have a specific role and you have to remember that role. So we literally have post-it notes on Mason's computer in front of him that say stay in back because he has a tendency to push forward and play a support character as a DPS. And he gets slaughtered, and the problem is if you don't have your supports, your team is going to die. Like that's the whole point of support is they have to provide support. So Mid-South is doing great so far. We're up to 81% already in this first match, or the first game of the first round. Holding strong to Colonia. 89-90% already. Colonia is 0. Now, the Tides do get a chance to turn. So if Mid-South is able to hold this to the full 100%, which it looks like they will, with no question. That was very little contest on that. Outstanding job by Mid-South, holding point. Now, Colonia automatically gets an opportunity to have a second chance. So that was round 1 of round 1 complete, of game 1 is complete. Now the sides switch. Colonia has the opportunity to attack, and we get a chance to defend. Oh, I'm sorry, we were defending. So they get a chance to do this again. If they're able to get up to 100%, that will be a 1-1 tie, and we'll go to a tie-breaking round. If we are able to hold them from getting to 100%, then we will win round 1 of this best of 3 matchup this week. So since we didn't see Nikki Snipes last week at all, let's play against some Nikki Snipes. I'm sorry, let's watch Nikki Snipes. I'm getting tapped, so I have to step out for a second. So we've just discovered that the other team does not have the right settings for the match. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. We may have to start this round. So I am going to have to mute this so that I can jump out and communicate with the other.
Sterben nicht. Surrender.
Victory. Play of the game.
So I'm sorry about that, folks. So basically, let me give you a rundown. We've had to leave the game because the settings were incorrect. There are certain settings that GSE requires, and for the game. So there's certain requirements in the settings, and it says if the incorrect rule set is set up, then you must restart the match. So I can't see the rules on my end. No. Because I am just a spectator. And what's happening is basically our tanks are buffed. That means they don't have they have a lower hit number, so they're gonna get killed faster. And maybe I can see it here. Oh no, it is the GSE settings. But something else is going on. So we'll see if we can figure this out. Okay, we have figured it out. There we go. So we have to start over. So it's luckily in the rules, it does say that any rounds that are played on the wrong settings have to be replayed. So here's what happened. It's such a simple mistake. In fact, we did the same thing in week one. Was luckily I figured it out before the match started, but they were using the 2023 settings and they have to use the 2024 settings. You can see up here they have rule set 2023. So luckily GSE has done an amazing thing and they have put a code, and you literally all you have to do is type in a code and boom, it instantly resets for you. It instantly uploads everything for you. Yeah, so you can see this new person and boom, there it goes. See, limit roles, blah, blah, blah. All this other information was not up here. Max spectators, well, that's not a problem. But they have to change the maps. It looks like they're set up for... Yeah, so they have to go... They have... So... Yep. So good. They're going in and doing it. Okay, so what happens is on the GSE side, when you import the settings... Hold on, I want to make sure I want to make sure that they know that we have to replay round one. Okay, so if a character, like if the other team sets up their characters wrong, well, that could be a forfeit. However, if simply the lobby settings are incorrect, then we can replay, and that is in the rule set of GSE. It does say specifically, in the event that an incorrect rule set is loaded in the lobby, any games played under the incorrect rule set must be replayed. Players must select the same heroes in the event of a restart, but we don't have a restart. No, it's in the rules. So I guess we're starting all over again. So, but the thing about it is, as I was saying before, is the problem is when you import all of the rules, it also imports all of the maps. And so, unfortunately, because despite the fact that Overwatch is set for esports, it's set for these 5v5, they don't limit maps. And we do in esports. Like in Control, there's only 3 maps that are available. I believe it's Busan, Nepal, and Jiang Tower. And so, in order to eliminate all the other maps, you have to literally go into the settings and go turn off, turn off, turn off, turn off. Otherwise, it randomly assigns a map to you from all the possible maps. Even if you leave the 3 control maps on, you get a random choice of map. So, anyway, we're back again, a restart of the match. So forget everything I was just saying. We have started all over again. And that's the way it be sometimes. Well, we had 5 viewers. We're down to 1. This makes me sad. I think the 1 viewer is me. Anyway, I'm just out here talking into the void in my back room while the team is figuring out everything that they need to figure out. Okay, so here we go again. And away we go. We'll start with Parasol. No, we'll let's jump to Jacob on tank. There he is. We'll see our tank roll first. So tanks have, again, there we go, 700 health. That is much better. That makes way more sense. I think it was only like 550 before. So here we go. We're off and playing. So the problem with the tanks is they're slow. Yeah, there we go. Tanks need to be out in front. They lay down shields. They have more health that they can take, damage they can take. Oh, he took a ton of hits right off the bat. There we go. Support throwing in healing. Nice. They do a ton of damage, and they plow through, basically. It's like they're literally exactly what they sound like. Their job is to plow the way and clear a path for the rest of the team to be coming in. So, outstanding taking point. Pushed a Colonia back immediately. Now, the Jiang Tower is very interesting because you basically have 2 paths that you can take. You can follow this path where Jacob is now, come across this bridge, or you can literally jump across from here. It's a much more dangerous route to jump from here because you have no cover. Now, when you are on the defense and you're holding point like South is right now, it could be a benefit to here to have this wall in front of you because they can't hit you straight through. At the same time, if the whole team, like they're trying to do, is trying to come over this bridge, it's very difficult. So one of the keys to the Jiang Tower that Parasol and I have worked out is you need to pick a character that has that ability to either teleport or leap or fly over that gap so that they can get into the point. 5-player kill streak. Oh, poor Nikki Snipes. We have lost Nikki Snipes. Hayden here. Hayden going up against the tank. So one of the benefits of Genji is, as you can see, very quick player. You have to be you have to know where you're going before you start moving because he can move real fast from one place to another. Throw damage real fast. But at the same time, if you're not controlled, last year we had Phoenix come on, and Phoenix would sometimes zip out of the firing range, like he would just jump away from the attack. Holding at 90% already. South doing a fantastic job holding point. Where is Mason going? So our tank and our DPSs got knocked out. 5-player kill streak. Outstanding job by Mason. There we go. Now our tank. So again, so I said to you before, sometimes with supports, you know, if your DPSs and your tanks get killed, your supports end up playing DPS. Now, why Mason is not throwing support to his teammates. I'm not sure, but 99%, 100% outstanding job. So Colonia didn't take a 0% on that, and we still have alts to work with, which is fantastic. So basically a repeat of what happened previously in our restarted round. Now the roles switch. So now
No, I have not.
let's go over to Parasol and see some play from Parasol. So now the roles switch. Now it is Colonia's job to hold point. If we are able to keep them from getting to 100%, we win round 1 straight up. If Colonia is able to get to 100% regardless of what we bring, then it'll go down as a tie, and then we'll have to play a sudden death. Okay, so one of the benefits is, oh no, they took her out. They took our supports. Still there. He's trying to throw support, but now he's got to fall back, fall way back. Throw support, throw support. So it looks like Parasol made it back, and now she's throwing support at our support, which is fantastic. So we need to regroup. They're up to 6%. Again, we don't need to take 100%. We just need to keep them from getting to 100%. We keep them from getting to 100%, we win the round. Oh, Caden's eliminated. It is much easier to hold point than it is to attack. When you have all your players in one spot and your supports all focused on the team in one location, it's much easier. When you get split like this, then it's much harder to take back. It looked like Jacob was frozen there. Nicky Snipes came in and pushed the other player back. One player left and taken out. Outstanding job by South by taking point. So we're up to 18%. So again, like I said, we don't have to take 100%. We just have to keep them from getting to 100%. Oh, poor play. Didn't even turn his head. Yeah, fall back, fall back. Nice job by Nick by getting some hit points in there, doing some damage off point before they can come in. Keep them away from their... Oh, they took out our tank. Keep them away from their supports. Parasol trying to hold, but she cannot. Yep, switch sides. Good job. She was trying to hold point for as long as she possibly could, but no one could get back in time to support her. So, good job falling back. That's a key get there. Try and get our percentages up as high as possible. Shadow Mage laying down some towers. Colonia up to 63%, but South takes it right back, 55%. Percentages. Oh, where did that blast come from? Oh, I see. So they're doing a nice job flanking. Oh, they've hacked our support. That means support cannot provide support. She's taking some damage in here, but she's throwing heals like nobody's business. Outstanding job, Parasol. No, Oh, Shadow Mage is dead. Genji. Nicky Snipes, get in there. Right now it's Parasol. Oh no, they took him out. Good, they were able to get back in time. Still holding point, 99%. If we can get through this overtime. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Come on, South, hold this point. Got to get one more percentage. Come on, Mason, hold that point. Oh, that overtime. Can't stay on that point. He's trying to do everything he can to stay in there for as long as possible. Parasol gets back to provide support to him. Oh, but they took it back. We're at 99%. That's darn overtime. I just need to push that over the edge. We need to get them out of there. Come on. Nicky Snipes getting taken out again. He's out there playing by himself with no support behind him. So got our tank. 98% overtime. Gotta hold it, gotta contest it, gotta contest it. We have 2 in. Oh no. See, can Caden hold his point? Did he just kill 5? Did they contest? We've got 3 in. South holds point. Did we just take that back? It looks like we took it back. Oh, he's got trapped. That's it. I think that was a win. That's a win. Oh, that went back and forth. I wasn't sure if where that one was going to go. Good round by both teams. Outstanding job. Nice job. Caden gets the play of the game. Let's see what it is. Outstanding. 5-player kill streak there for Caden. South takes round 1. Now, winner of South. Now, so when we do this, home team picks round 1, the map. Then from there on out, round 2, round 3, etc., are picked by the winners. So at this point, South is going to regroup. They're going to talk real fast. What kind of level are they choosing to play? Do they want a so control has already been chosen, so we can't play control again. However, we can play any number of different ones. So a team is going to regroup. They're going to discuss. I've given them the list of what they want. Do they want to clash? Do they want to push? So we'll see what they want to do. So we're going to take a second to regroup. Sometimes we like to play a hybrid, which is a little bit of a push and a little bit of a control. Really what it does is it comes down to 2 parts. Like, obviously, what stage do you want to play? Like, that's the key number 1. And do you want that game mode? Like, if you're choosing to play an escort, you know, which is the one with the robot, then, you know, you have to look at the 3 maps. Havana, Circuit Royal, I always do that, and Junkertown. And you have to look, like, do we actually want to play on these maps? Some people hate certain maps. Like, Havana, a lot of people don't want to play. So if you don't want to play Havana, you may not want to choose a escort role. So the team's figuring it out. They're going to enter the chat in a second. Figure out what they want to do. So we're going to hang out and wait because there's nothing else to do at the moment. Okay, so actually I had it flipped. I apologize. So I'm gonna jump back in. So we have picked. I'm sorry. So loser of round one picks the map. They have picked King's Row. Excuse me. Um, so King's Row is a hybrid map. So it's a little bit of an escort, and it's a little bit of a control. So basically, what happens is there is a point that you have to capture, and I believe this is one with the train, and you basically have to stay with the train, and the train moves. If you are able to move the train all the way to the end, you get points, however distance you're traveling. If you're able to kill off the other team, the train stops, and it stays at that point. So, and then the roles flip. The other team gets to push. Whoever pushes the train the farthest wins. You have a certain number of minutes to capture the point. Like, so we're on attack first, so we have 4 minutes to capture the point. If we're not able to capture it in 4 minutes, he'll basically kill off the other team, then we have 0%. If they're able to beat us by even 0.1%, they win automatically. So, which has happened to us in the past. But what happens is, a loser picks the map, and the winner picks which side they want, attack or defend. We wanted attack anyway. They didn't give us the opportunity to choose, but they gave us attack. So, therefore, we're good to go. So, we are attacking objective A. Our tank is down. Switch. same situation. Go with the hybrid, and it's a problem for us. So we'll see. I'm not sure if you're hearing my microphone. You just realized that my microphone's not working.
Why ask questions when you could just obey?
Let us proceed with haste.
I wish violence never solved anything. It would make
So
peace so
we'll
much
see. There we
easier.
go. Now we can hear me again. So we'll
These
see what
phenomena
happens
bear
here.
further investigation.
Yeah, so now we're
Five,
defending
four,
and
three,
Colonia is attacking.
2,
So
1.
they're coming at us. We're
Attackers
waiting for the
incoming.
gates to open. Here we go,
Defend
defend. They're
objective.
coming right off the top. They're on the top and bottom. So the barrier appears. Down to the tank.
Barrier is nearly spent. The barrier has fallen. Enemy turret here.
So Colonia has 4 minutes to capture. If they're able to capture, then 4 minutes to That is a problem, and they did it way faster than we did.
Objective lost.
Now they have 5 minutes.
Stop the payload.
We only had 4 because of how long it took us to capture the payload. So they get an extra whole minute. Both our DPS are in the same spot. Why is one of them not attacking the payload?
I am restored.
We need to stop it right here at this point. Caden's taken out.
An enemy here.
Yeah, he's done. 13 counters.
Enemy turrets ahead.
Forts right now. Got no one doing anything. Yeah.
Flanking.
Well, we know what we need to practice on. Practice number 1. Work these hybrid levels. Oh, we're able to. No, we're able to stop them. Forts cannot be DPS. Able to stop us. No. Again. Get that low spot. Get that low spot to win. Hack. All. Stop it. Nope, that's it. That's a loss.
Defeat.
I don't know what is up with us in hybrids. We beat them so easily in round 1, and then once again, we have trouble in round 2. I don't know what it is. So now we go to the ever important round 3. So we'll see what the teams want to do. Loser picks the map. So we'll see. We can't play the same thing twice. So we've picked control. We have picked a hybrid. I have a feeling based on previously, we are going to pick an escort or a push, but we'll see how that goes. Well, I don't know. But here we go. Waiting and waiting out here. So I'm not sure what they're doing out there. Oh, Caden has to go. So I think we're going to change up roles a little bit. It looks like Jacob is going to be switching over to a DPS role, and Gavin's going to be stepping in our tank role. So this is one of the issues, too, we've run into previously. Jacob is proving to be a very good player. He plays both DPS and tank very well. We had never seen him play tank before, but he's showing that he definitely has the skills to play tank. But we have to figure out what we're doing for map. So let's see. What are they going to pick to? Just keep waiting. Okay. They need to choose faster. There's too much debating going on. I'm going to step out and see why they're debating so long. Okay, that was a whole kinds of all over the place. So not only were we having to figure out what map we were going to be playing, so we're playing New Queen Street, which is a push, but also it doesn't show up here, but we had to change players. Four of our people who were here, we had 9 people here today, which I should have taken a picture of this because we've never had 9 people show up. We actually have a 10-person squad this year. We can actually have a starter and sub team, but we have one player who's still trying to work out his login situation because one of the problems that you have when you move from middle school to high school, Overwatch technically you can start playing when you're 13, but when you're 13, you have a parent limited account. But once you move up to high school, you have to get those settings changed, and a lot of kids have a hard time getting that happening with their parents. So anyway, so that's what's going to go on. We are playing a push, which is the robot. We'll be starting in less than 10 seconds. But so now, Caden has left. Evan has taken his spot, but Evan will still show up as KL in Caden's account. We were going to be putting in Gavin in there, but Gavin ended up having to leave also.
I'm in.
So yeah, so there's a lot of pieces moving around for like 4 or 5 minutes. Sorry for that downtime of silence. So let's see where we're going to be at. Let's jump over and let's start with Jacob. I'm trying to figure out what the PLVCNS means. So anyway, so if you have not seen a push
to a minimum.
stage before, what happens is there is a robot in the middle of the stage. And there are 2 things they push. I don't know, like they're red and they're blue. So the robot sits here. So whoever's able to eliminate the robot that's able to push a barrier along the path. There's a medium point. Whichever team pushes the harder, 9.5 wins. So who started to take points first? But we have pushed back. The robot has made it cannot hold. So we've been able to hold it back. There we go. Now the robot's starting to move. Tank has been eliminated. Big Sniper is back in there. We've been able to push the robot a whole 15 minutes. Sorry, the robot has pushed our barrier 20 meters so far.
The lead is ours. That merits celebration.
Now, one of the things that I don't like about New Queen Street is there's so many places to attack from. So when you are escorting the payload, like there's like 3 different places you can have your head. Areas here, you can cut circle back around, flank the other teams very easily. They can move, so you can't have all 5 of them. Robots, you have now the robot, because of this now, Colonia has captured the robot back. The robot has to run all the way back along the path to the red side to push their payload. If we're able to get off the robot moves it, then we can win. So you can see on the top of the screen how far the payload has to go in order to equal us. Get out of there. Get out of there. Stop. Going down against their tank.
Gaining on us.
So, Colonia has almost equaled us. They're at 37 meters, about approaching 40. We're at 47. Now, they can get farther than us, but we have 7 minutes to get to the end. As long as we can hold and push the robot. But again, the robot has to run all the way back to our barrier in order to reset. So, the robot is doing the middle midway. We've been able to stop them at the midway. Nope, the robot has stopped right at the midway. Now that we've captured the robot back, and we stopped, we took them off. Someone has to stay with the robot. Parasol is throwing both thunder and lightning.
Pushing the barricade.
Both of our DPS are together again. We gotta make sure we're keeping them apart. Oh, Evan's playing. Oh, I see what's going on. I'm sorry, Evan's playing tank. Now I understand why Jacob's getting killed off the head fast. Knight's got 2 more there, almost died.
Life protects life.
That robot.
The lead is nearly ours. They have taken our robot.
Nope, we're taking the robot back. Tank gets tank here. We don't get support, we're gonna have a problem. Don't press back too far. Trying to fall back so we don't get some support, but he falls back too far. Not gonna be able to press far. Stop that robot. Good, stop the robot. 42 left. Gotta move that robot another 12 meters.
Isn't it friendly?
Get rid of that support. Take that support out. Come on, nice. Watch out behind you. Nice job. Kill Nick. Support Nick. Get some support. There we go.
The lead
Throw
is
some
within
help
our
his way.
grasp.
There we go. The robot's moving
Push
again.
is underway.
Gale, the Mahal. Surrender to my will.
Yeah, taking like yes, dead. Spent the first 2 rounds at that. We are 2.21 meters. Oh no, 2.21 meters. We've got to move that robot. 2.21 meters. We have 2 minutes and 40 seconds. There we go. Yes, we go. Now we're in the lead. Come on, Mid-South. 10-player kill streak. Outstanding, Jacob. Keep putting the pressure on them. If we can get it all the way to the finish line, which we're approaching, we win automatically, regardless of how much time is left. We need to keep pressing now. Coming strong, right at this robot. Robot is stopped at 99 meters. Cannot give up this robot. Good support, great support. Robot has gone back. Taking the robot back. Have to stop that. Jacob is taking out. Nice. Take out some people. Take out those supports. Good job, Nick. We got Bumpy Viking. Robot is pushing back in our direction. And it's pushing again. And he's got a heal. There's a heal spot point right there. Now we're close to the enemy spawn place. We're close to the spawn. We're going back and heal fast.
They've taken the robot.
They've taken the robot back again. We need to keep on that robot. Tank has been taken out. Boards have been taken out. Everyone's been taken out. Whole team's been taken out. Everyone's gonna rush back there. These snipes is still here. They made the robot. The robot has gotten back to the middle way. Midpoint. He is waiting at that red spot. I don't know what. Here comes the robot.
Over here.
They're gonna be with that robot. Nick's gonna come in from behind and flank him. Take out the support, Nick. Robot has stopped just short. 20 seconds. Just a whole 20 seconds. Hold!
Push it any further.
Come on, Sal. They only have 10 seconds left.
10 seconds.
I don't know if they're gonna make it. It's close. It's gonna be close. Oh, stupid overtime! Why is there overtime? It is so close. We're 15 meters away from holding this thing. We're just gonna hold for a couple more seconds. It is gonna be a complete melee at the end. Take out that tank. Come on, Jacob, you got this. 5-player kill streak for Jacob.
Chance. Stay with the robot.
And we win.
Victory.
That is a victory for South. That is a 2-1 victory.
Play of the game.
Parasol gets the play of the game. The supports never get play of the game. That's amazing. That was unbelievable. Bravo. Play of the match was Moira. Outstanding job. Okay, so we're going to be off for a couple of weeks. We will be back January 16th for our, January 9th for our next match. So thank you everybody for showing up, and we will see you in 2025.